This is a testimonial video that we recorded. And thanks for joining, sir, to this meeting.
Absolutely.
Can you just let me know that what is the business and how we help each other?
Sure. Yep. So Dynamic Screening Enterprises is a company that specializes in manufacturing screening buckets for heavy machinery equipment, much like skid loaders and wheel loaders. Um, we're a new company, and we really struggled to kind of systematize some processes and really find a partnership with somebody that was going to help us through that process because it was all new for us.
And how was your overall experience working with our team?
It was great because prior to working with your team, I had hired a different contractor um, who initially was very responsive, but then once the contract was signed, the timeline was completely blown and not maintained. Um, it had been over a week before anybody communicated anything, and no work was done when we originally had a 2 week timeline for the first milestone check.
Thank you,
So
sir.
when we
Thanks for
came
the
on with,
detailed.
yeah, when
Yes.
we came on with you guys, basically provided the same scope of work to the team, just to say these were the things that we were hoping to accomplish. Um, and I think that a more realistic timeline was provided for us. Although they were going to try and meet that deadline, I think we realized that was probably going to be a little bit longer to accomplish what we had asked to get done. But the communication was top notch. And a lot of times myself, I wasn't able to provide the feedback or answer all of the questions just because they were things that were, relatively new to me in setting up a system like this. And so what I really enjoyed and liked about your team was that you knew how to ask the questions that I didn't know how to ask. And so that way it told me that you were thinking about my company and how I should be viewing certain things in order to set up systems correctly. So I really appreciated that. And another thing that was really helpful was that when maybe I didn't know the exact finished product, you would provide a couple of different options and
Yes.
take action. And so that way I could see how the finished product looked. And then I could provide feedback to say, hey, these are great, but could we change these couple of things? And the team was very quick to administer those changes.
Perfect. I believe you already answered my next two questions. Like the challenges that you faced before working with us, then
Yeah.
satisfied with the communication. Perfect, sir. Now regarding the lead automation, how has lead automation improved your daily operations or any follow up, sales follow up? Is it really helpful for you that you've done so far? For
I'll say yes and no. And the no part is because, again, we're still kind of in startup mode. We're in testing our
Mhm.
prototype. And so, really, we're reserving the big customer outreach and lead outreach until we finished up all of the final testing of the prototypes. Because for us, it doesn't do us any good to really um, speak too much about our product if we're not ready to deliver on that product. So, a lot of those automations will come into play as we're reaching larger audiences and customer bases. And so being able to set up those automations ahead of time, yes, has been very helpful because when we're ready to hit the start button and go, we don't want to be doing these processes then. We just want to be able to hit start on what we've already created as far as the automations go and let it go. Now, that being said, there'll be other automations that we'll need to create for different campaigns and things like that. But the groundwork has been set with the first couple that we've done together that I think will work out very well.
And the last question from my end, that is in any positive and negative feedback.
I think you guys are doing a great job. I think the improvement and the feedback was what I was able to do for myself, right? In working through this
Yeah.
process
Mhm.
with great professionals like you guys, because sometimes the frustrations that I had nothing to do with you or the team. They had to do with my own expectation management, and I think you guys were able to sense my frustrations and my sticking points, and you were able to present it to a way to me that it didn't feel like it was an issue. It was just, hey, we'll work around it. And it allowed me to reflect and say, hey, look, maybe I'm being unrealistic with some timelines or some expectations. So you guys are true professionals, and I appreciate everything you've done.
Thank Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.